السلام عليكم. السيدات والسادة ممثلي
Ladies and gentlemen, representative of media, we would like to welcome you to this media meeting held for at the opportunity of the start of launching of the finance sector conference. We would like to take you with us in order to highlight the conference and the main topics and the agenda. It's held on the 5th and 16th of current March with the participation of all the private sectors nationally and international, and also the most prominent COOs in all sectors, in order to add some more vibes on Al Riyadh, the capital city. Now I leave you with this short movie, introductory movie.
المال زينة الحياة، أصل واستثمار، أمان ورخاء. قد يكون المال تعزز النمو المستدام للاقتصاد العالمي. مؤتمر القطاع المالي، آفاق مالية واعدة.
Dear honored guests, allow me now to welcome the speakers and the media meeting. Mr. Abdel Mohsen Al Khalaf, the Deputy Minister of Finance. Mr. Yarub Al Thunayan, a consultant of the Minister of Finance and head of the committee organizing the conference. Mr. Khaled Al Hamoud is a member of the Capital Market and also the member of the financial committee of this conference. Mr. Ziad Al Yusuf is the governor deputy of the finance sector. And the panel will be run by Mr. Nasser Al Ajaji, is the Vice President of the Technical Committee for this conference. And as well as I'd like to say that after this meeting, there will be a session that will allow questions and answer sessions in order to receive all your inquiries. If you may allow me, please start the meeting. I'd like to thank you all. If you allow me to start the panel with a question that is in the minds of all. Today we have international steering components and aspects, and we also have micro aspects. So the deputy of the minister, Mr. Abdel Mohsen, would you tell us an idea about the challenge volume of economical challenge today we face in our economy, and as well as for the international economy, and what is the role of the conference in this domain? Peace be upon you. Welcome all. I'm so happy to be with you and with the attendees. We look forward to host the financial sector conference that we aim to fulfill its goals by the support and cooperation of all. I believe that the financial sector is one of the most important sectors that is developing and transforming and being impacted by the variables, whether it's the variable or the technical development and its effect on the transformation and development on the financial sector, or by being impacted or affected by the international global economic crisis, especially those we are witnessing now, which is the slowdown in the growth of international economy and high rates on inflation and also with the high rates of taxes and the movement of the capitals because of the rise of the tax. This environment that is varying it's enforced to have a space to discuss these variables and the chances as well as challenges that face the international economy from the stakeholders and all those who are related to the financial sectors. We know that the financial sector affects directly the most of development and sectors in the economy. The conference is going to provide a space and a platform to discuss these topics, technical advances, international financial issues, and in order to reach a common understanding for these challenges and the opportunities that are facing the financial sectors and where are these challenges and opportunities lie. This might give you a micro level perspective or a comprehensive total perspective on the financial sector. However, it's also discuss micro financial sector through experts in the panels or through experts discussions of which we can benefit, and also from the success stories by some entities in order for the entities faced by the financial sectors. Before yesterday, we heard about the bankruptcy of one of the Silicon Valley banks, and the financial platform provide a space for discussion. We would like to have the attendees from the conference with a common understanding for the challenges and for the opportunities, and where are these challenges and opportunities lies, in order to have a cooperation platform among stakeholders as consequences or outcome of the conferences. As you know, my bro Nasser, the issues in financial sectors or its challenges or its opportunities are one of the most important programs of the Vision, Saudi Vision 2030. This discussion whether challenges or opportunities is dense in the kingdom, and we also would like to showcase our experience and the added value for the Saudi private sector throughout the sector. Thank you. If I wrap up, it's a Saudi international platform in order to discuss the most prominent challenges, as you mentioned, the bankruptcy of some banks. From this perspective, if you allow me, the consultant, the steering committee member of our conference, it's the second version or the second of the conference. The first one was in 2019. We would like to focus on some of the financial aspects. If you allow me, your steering committee president, Your Excellency, what are the prominent goals of the conference? As you mentioned, we would like to speak that the platform started in 2019. I'd like only to remind you that some of those who are here have already attended the one in 2019. Without doubt, the colleagues mentioned, and it was in every media, that the platform will allow the partners of this program and the main role player. And another one is the other aspect on the demand side, which is the sector community. The program is one of the Saudi Vision program, and this conference is sponsored by three partnership entity: Ministry of Finance, Saudi Central Bank and the Saudi Capital Investment Bank. We would like to have this conference as a platform, local, regional, and international at the same time. We believe that the kingdom, because of the strength of its economy, and it's one of the greatest economy in this region, and it allows all the decision makers, and it will be among of the biggest platforms around the world. And consequently, we have an impact on decision making in this sector. We wish with all these enablers at this sector in order to enable the financial sector and business in general, especially the innovative and technical aspect. We, as you said, that our finance is depending on the variants and the changes that's happening vastly and quickly. Through this platform, we enforce the status of the kingdom in this aspect, regional and international. It's also a good chance to introduce the financial sector program. It's a successful program that had a quantum leap in the domain. It's good for those visiting to have a look about the success. When we spoke about 2019, there was a different era of focus. Remember, before COVID, COVID has a huge impact, a lot of changes. I think that in order to enable the Saudi 2030 visions, we have to have a competitive financial sectors. There were always the challenge that we have spoke about, as well as the challenges in the market of insurance that was presented in the first version of this conference. With this new version, it took us years from the first one because of the COVID and the precautions, but we didn't stop the dialogue. The dialogue continued through events that might be less stake, on a less higher stake than this. There has been continuity in the dialogue. We spoke about the current issues. We spoke about the SG, also the debt markets and the development of the investment funds, etc. Today, through next Wednesday and Thursday, we have interesting topics, which are the current topics of our life, the opportunities and challenges. So there are a lot of opportunities, not only in the supply domain, but also as well as on the demand. As well as the future of the sector, we spoke about the challenges in the digital and technology, is to speak about the decision maker from both sides. Safe investment, it's very good to have a clear vision of how we can have a vision. Of course, the change has to be flexible in order to adapt with the changes internationally happening. Of course, the activities we have embodied so many topics. We maybe have different panelists over the 2 days, and we can have expert focus, 2 workshops over the 2 days expressing individual topics. You can speak, you can suggest a certain topic, and the other one suggesting another topic, and the attendee can choose whatever suitable for him. There is also a chance for the attendees to meet the speakers and discuss with them on different levels. We have also in the accompanying activities, whether it's on the main stage or whether on the marketplace hall, we have so many MOUs, announcements, news. almost around 60 or 70 piece of news will be announced for the first time during this conference. That will be an interest for so many role player in the financial sector. We have more than 90 speakers from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and also internationally to speak about the West and East and the diversity that is available in the sector. Especially those who are speaking about the international aspect, and the agenda will be available for the attendees very soon. These are the numbers I have. In short, I wish that you have an interesting attendance that is exciting and full of benefits. Thank you, your consultant, for the quick overview and comprehensive overview. I think that to have the main interesting, prominent entities, which are the Saudi Central Bank and the Ministry of Finance and the Saudi Capital Investment, is very important. After the overview, we will, if you allow us to move to the Minister of the Financial Market. Since you are close to the topics that will be discussed, most prominent topics to be discussed, if you allow us, you give us an idea about it, and if you want to go in deep in it. I hope that the voice is clear. Thank you for the introduction. We know that the conference in its second version is coming in a very political, financial, and economical circumstances that are so different from the first version. We hope that this conference topic will be going along in line with the trends going on. The conference, its current version, is speaking about the strategic planning for the financial sectors and the future of the market capitals and the financial international flows, and to have a bigger share of it. The conference, in its current version, its agenda is very rich with so many discussion panels. Over 2 days, we have more than 20 panel discussion, as well as we have the discussion meeting. We're talking about 12 ones. There are a lot of topics that we exerted huge efforts in order to be comprehensive and covers all the component of the financial sector. If you allow me to have it on a quick view, we would like to discuss what are the financial reality here and how to adapt with the development and keeping pace with this development, the impact of this technical advancement on the financial institutions, as well as the pressures that is on the financial sectors and how to deal with the clients, the customer service, the client service as well. Challenge in the shortage or finding the qualified workforce that will meet the needs. Another topics we already, my brother covered, that are talking about the open banking, looking at the financial sector in light of the international changes. Also to go to the green economy, environment criteria and social criteria. We have other aspects that speaks about the efficiency of the capital market. It speaks about the daring and brave capital that is related to SMEs to support the sustainable economy. One of the important aspects covered by the conference is the transparency and governance. We all know the importance of transparency and the role of governance effect on the institutional finance. At last, for this conference, it might cover the case of the future of the financial sector and the impact of the excessive technological advancement, especially after COVID, the behavior of the clients. We have witnessed a lot of cash operation is not available anymore. So people now, even the clients, when they want to have cash, they don't find it. So the change in the traditional operations, where are we heading? All of these aspects, we will discuss it during the 2 days of the conference. Thank you for your enriching topic. Of course, there will be so many interesting, important topics you will discuss in the over the 2 days of the conference. We will move now to Mr. Ziad Al Youssef. We heard about the topics will be discussed. We heard the expected numbers and the participating entities. As we noticed that there will be this conference, they will be represented by a lot of local investors and foreign investors, in addition to the private company and private institutions. Now we will ask if you give me more details about the type of participation, their existence, their expectation from the financial sector conference. What are their expectations? Thank you, and I greet my colleagues here in the panel section, and also for the media personnel and for their time. I thank you very much for your attendance, for your time, and hopefully we will have a useful participation in the upcoming 2 days of the conference. The conference is being organized by the Central Saudi Bank, the Ministry of Finance, and the Market Capital. In the conference, a huge pool of the decision makers, investors, and investing companies, and also international banks are participating from around the world, where the panel sessions of the conference will conclude different discussions about the goals of the program in terms the serving the initiatives, helping to fulfill the initiatives we are working on it in Saudi Arabia. Also, there will be international experts, legitimates, in order to show the most important products that has been arising in the financial sectors, as well as to share the most important state-of-the-art development in this domain, as well as to predict the horizons of investment and the opportunities, future opportunities of investment for investors in this sector. Also the direction of the legitimating entities. Now, innovation is one of the main component of growth in the international growth. We will have different topics speaking about the innovative aspects, whether to discuss the most current the models of finance, as well as some of the enablers. The program is working, led by the 3 main entities to fulfill effective and to enhance the innovation. We will talk about the open banking and other topics that will support the innovation in financial sector within the upcoming years and decades. We will discuss the stable currencies and also capital markets in the era of digitalization, as well as discussing the risk and the opportunities that the other financial techniques will find. We will also discuss, the conference will also discuss the future of financial real estate finance and the opportunities, and also the available opportunities in foreign investments in all its activities. These upcoming 2 days of the conference will enrich the ideas and discussions among legislation makers, investors, interested investors in different issues that will enrich the flow of the program. And we are proud to say that the program has fulfilled a lot of success over the past 4 years. Thank you very much for the Deputy Governor of the Saudi Central Bank. Dear attendees, we had what to be discussed. We will give you a quick idea about the topics. We would like to go deeply on 15 and 16. Please allow me to thank the Excellency of the Deputy of the Minister of Finance, Mr. Khalid Al Hamoud, and finally Mr. The Deputy Governor of Development in the Saudi Central Bank.
ضيوفنا الكرام نشكر لكم استماعكم لهذه
thank you for attending for this panel session. Now we would like to invite the Vice Minister of Finance for Media and Communication to join Mr. Nasser Al-Ajaji in order to receive your questions. And I hope that the questions will be within the scope, and each media personnel is allowed one question in order to allow the chance for everyone to participate and ask. Is the voice clear? We would like to receive your questions. If you please introduce yourself and the entity you are representing. It's an important notice, it's not a question. I'd like to say that the media coverage for the conference during these days and the future coverage, at the previous time, all the statements were talking about the conference from a local perspective. They're speaking about the development of the financial sector during within Saudi Arabia. We have received information yesterday saying that this conference might be a smaller Davos conference, because all the entities that are the stakeholders are involved, and also the circumstances this conference is held is exceptional circumstances. If you allow us to focus on the most important component, which is the international component, the Saudi component is part of it. And I would like to say that this is a smaller Davos. If you give it its all what is needed in order to have the real picture reflected around the world. Thank you for this valuable remark. However, we believe that today Saudi Arabia has so many major events that are international. One of them is the Financial Sector Conference. we spoke that this is an international conference held in Saudi Arabia. And before launching of the conference, you will find the international coverage, not only the local coverage. There are prominent international media entities are participating, whether from the east or the west, from their own concern about to have that this is an international conference that discusses issues on financial sectors internationally on the worldwide. We also would like to focus within this conference on the financial effect on the kingdom and its citizens and residents. I think that this is a good question. As His Excellency Mr. Hassan mentioned, that is a Saudi international conference. So as you said, it's an international Saudi platform. The main goal is to clarify the roles, not only Saudi, but also regional and international roles. I think that you are representing Al Ahram newspaper. Oh no, you are representing the Egyptian delegation. You will realize that this is not only a Saudi conference, rather than it's a regional and international. So Saudi, regional and international. Would you please present yourself and the media entity? Bandar Msallam from Middle East, الشرق الأوسط News. You are going to speak about the green financing or the green economy. We would like to shed a light on this topic and the importance of this conference in order to have the other financial institutions to follow the green financing. I think that this is a very good question, and the green movement, as we say that it's governance and social, it's very important. The kingdom, they started with a clear path towards the green financing, or what is called the green economy. We have seen clear initiatives from the program, and other programs in the financial portfolios announced in 2020 has included how to stimulate the financial institution in certain initiatives in terms of the green agenda. In the conference, we would like to speak about what has been accomplished in this domain. The content of the conference since 2019 to 2023 is to hear about what happened, what we had in 2019, of which it was the green economy and the sustainable economy. And now we will see what has been accomplished in this domain since then till now, and whether what has been fulfilled so far is enough or we need to do more. Because this topic, it has a lot of aspects and a lot of ideas, not only in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but on international scale, East or West people, they have reconsidering their perspective in the green economy. Your name and the representing entity, please. Hanid Drei from Mecca newspaper. Lately, there has been a lot of speech about the scamming and banking scamming and fraud. Would the conference speak about the state-of-the-art technologies that will keep the security and the authentication and the safety from fraud? Thank you, Brother Hani. I think it's a very important question. In general, yes, the fraud cases has raised in the recent times. However, there are a lot of efforts from the governmental sectors in order to eliminate and mitigate this operation of fraud. And now we will speak about the starting up technology that will affect the financial sector. How can we benefit from them to protect the customer? The importance of having the financial sector success is important. As long as we can use the startup technologies in the operation or in mitigating the scamming in terms of financial operation, etc., this will be discussed in so many panels and dialogues.
شكرا لكم. تفضل. اسمك كريم.
السلام عليكم. أحمد غاوي جريدة الرياض. اليوم أعلن صندوق الاستثمارات العامة.
Today, the Public Investment Fund have announced Riyadh Air and other projects in Riyadh downtown, etc. Having such important and big projects in terms of huge investments, would the financial sectors would be available with these projects? Thank you. I will just speak about part of your questions, and the other one, my colleague will answer that. Today, these big projects is a clear indication of the kingdom, the Saudi Arabia, and its financial status, and the role of these investment in diversifying the economy through investing in unique investment that will return in the kingdom. I'd like to assert that in the attendees we have the representatives from the most prominent, greatest entities, whether they are private sectors, organizations, they will be there, International Bank, and other financial commercial banks and institutions. In a quick look about the existing number, we are expecting more than 3,000 attendees coming from different backgrounds at different levels and their positions. In addition to the areas that they will come from or represent. This is an important aspect that shows the role of the kingdom through the Giga projects are announced, and now it's an essential model in diversifying its economy, or proving that the kingdom is seeking or it's a clear path to diversify the economy. To carry on with what you mentioned, I think the question is really good. The role in the financial sector today is an enabler for all the sectors, among of which the sectors you have mentioned. The goal of the conference today is to integrate the demand and the supply that is available from the financial sectors, and trying to find solutions and bridge the gaps if there are any, as well as the financing of the Giga project will be discussed. But in general, the financial sector conference is a conference that gather all those who are thinkers, and the financial sector role in enabling such projects, whether inside Saudi Arabia or outside Saudi Arabia. At the conclusion of this meeting, we would like the speakers about what they have provided us, and also would like to thank you for your participating, and we wish to see you in the financial sector conference.